How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to make a quick video on the new Predator 9000 generator I picked up. Always wanted to have a backup for the house, and with this year's derecho kind of catching a lot of us off guard, not being prepared, I wanted to have something that I can have on hand here to run the house on backup if we need to, and to maybe potentially take places if we need a generator source, if it's tailgating or to a campground or something like that. So we're going to do an unboxing of this today. We are also going to go over the wheel kit and the bar installation. We'll do the oil and the run-in period here. And I'll do some decibel readings to see, what type of sound this does make compared to the factory. I got an app on my phone we'll use. And then we'll kind of go from there. And I'll give you my guys' initial thoughts on this. And why not? So stick around. Well, pretty simple. Got some 10-inch, no flat wheels. All right. Instructions. That's always a positive. 4,000 and 9,000 watt generators. All right.
Instructions are nice.
Yeah, we don't need these. So we got the feet for the front, axles for the wheels, bunch of nuts and bolts. And we got the, that's a pretty heavy duty handle. That'll be for, what is the thing's gonna be. All right, we'll set this to the side.
Quality.
It's like anything else that we pay for.
That's a failed box opening right there.
Failed box opening. That's for sure. Attention! If any circuit breakers are tripped, make sure all breakers are reset. Alright, so
That's a decent sized generator.
broke the nail!
Side still on there, but
On the side, we've got another pair of instructions, and it looks like a high altitude kit. So if you got a place if you live up in the old Rockies, comes with a high altitude kit for the carburetor. So in this little bag, looks like we've got a little bar for your wrench. All right. Get your battery tie down, which we're not going to put a battery on it right now. A little 10mm wrench, an 8mm, and then a little baby screwdriver. Guessing, yep, it's reversible, flat and standard, or standard and Phillips.
ready?
Yep. That's why you bring your friends over to have a little mustard in their ass to pick things up. So we're gonna go ahead and use the nice instructions. So that.
Look at that, Bob's your uncle.
Bob is your uncle. Alright, nice and snug. Now I need a nut, a washer and a nut. So big washer on the back, wheel on here. Small washer on the front, and we just need a nice little nut job. Alright, snug her down. Oh yeah, one wheel on, look at that. Let's do the other side. Just go ahead and install the handle. On the back, there's already pre-installed bolts. The instruction shows putting bolts on the back, but guessing they revised the design and they did not revise the instructions. Typical engineers. I go ahead and tighten these up using a 10mm socket. Show where to put the retention cable, but I'm guessing if I was a betting man, then an okay place to hang it would probably be right here. Loop around itself and it's got a little detent on there, so it slides through, it locks in place. I'd prefer a cotter pin, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. Sweet. Go ahead and give the roll a lift up. Well, then you hire a buddy to come over and hold the handle up for you, and then you set it on the ground, and we'll go ahead and drop the bolt in here. Surprisingly, this handle and everything seems really well built. I'm pretty happy so far with it. I mean, it's not going to break off by any means. I was kind of worried it'd be a flimsy piece of crap, but they did something right so far. Again, if you want to use the wrench that came with it, Godspeed to you, but I'm going to use my equipment that I have because I'm not going to struggle. It's like the little Allen wrenches that come with these stupid desks and stuff you buy. They don't work well. I'm all working smarter, not harder. Alright. That's good. There is cardboard under one of the motor mounts. Oopsies. Make sure you pull that out. I think that's it. That's together. Alright. We got the wheels on. We got the front pads on. We got the front handle on. And you'll see on this handle, you just hold the handle up, pull the pin out, and then it slides down to folding position for storage. And again, put the pin back in if you want to store it. Out of the way. Looks like it passed quality control. That's good news. Let's have a nice little walk around on this thing and take a look at it. On top here, you got your fuel fill. Just fill gas here and add stabilizer. Do not overfill. Add 10 W30 oil before using. Pay attention to the weight of the oil. There are some differences on when you're using in the high and low temperatures, so you'll want to pay attention to that. Fuel gauge on top, full and empty. Well, it's empty. It's all the way down at the bottom there. Nice fuel return line, it looks like, or venting for the engine, whichever it may be. It says gasoline only, 10% ethanol blend. Max is okay. I'm going to run non-ethanol fuel, unless I get in a bind. Just an overview here of the different components of it. It says fuse 5 foot from everything around it. Obviously, things could be hot. Just kind of shows you here on top the way you would start it. Check the oil, check fuel, choke it, turn the fuel valve on, recoil. And if you're using the pull start, using electric, just press and hold it, and turn your choke off. To do it, you unplug everything, turn the switch off, shut the fuel valve off, and then here it says to use the top two plugs first. So if you're using two separate outlets, use these two. Again, this is the Predator 9000. Has 9,000 max starting watts and then 7,250 running watts. Should be more than enough to tackle a majority of the house appliances or whatever you may need to run. That's a positive. It does have a low oil alert here. It says disconnect power devices before shutting off generator. We discussed. Your start button. There is a 12-volt DC plug here. The 8.3 amp breaker to reset it if it trips. And then you've got two 30 amp breakers here on this side for these over here. You have a 20 amp AC breaker for these. Here we have a 120 volt 20 amp max GFCI protected outlets with your applicable resets on them. They do have a nice seal to them around here to keep moisture out. We got a second set of them here. So you've got 4 plugs for 110 or 120 volt, 20 amp plugs. And then over here we've got 120 240 volt AC plug. And then below it you have another one. They're both twist lock plugs, 30 amp plug, and then a 4-prong plug there. Down here is where your sealed battery would go. 12 volt, 9 amp hour minimum sealed lead acid battery. I'm not going to put one on because of the videos I've seen. This pull starts really easily. So for now, I'm not going to bother. Down here you have the electric starter, and the actual connections for the battery if you were to use it. I'll probably tuck them up out of the way. Your oil fill, your oil drain. And then on the side here, you've got the 420cc gasoline engine with the pull start. See, there's your choke. Here's your fuel shut off. What else we got? Up here it shows you obviously start, run. Shows you different things here for your fuel, if it's on or off. On the back side, you just have your muffler with some venting on it, and then your actual little bit more of the engine you can see. One thing this appears to be missing, which I'll probably add and make a video on, is I don't see an hour meter. Not a huge deal. You have to monitor that for your oil changes and services. But it's one thing I see that is missing here. Not a big deal. I think we'll cover that in another video. I'll buy one off Amazon and we will install an hour meter on this. A lot of the ones just wrap around your spark plug wire, and that allows you to track engine run time. So we'll give that a go. So far this thing looks to be built really well. Has your nice solid roll bar all the way around it, just in case it were to fall over, it's not going to damage the unit. The wheel kit I bought separate, the 10-inch wheels. Like I said, they're quite a bit bigger. This is the kit for the generator. All from Harbor Freight. Got this on sale with one of their coupons. I think I actually even signed up for the credit card, and all in, out the door for the generator, I bought a quart of oil for the break-in period here. In the wheel kit, we were looking at right about $620 all in on a 9,000 watt generator. And based upon performance and other videos I've seen, this seems to be a really high quality unit, and they compare these to the Honda generators. All right, let's go ahead and we're gonna go down here, get a funnel. We'll fill in the oil, add some gas, take it outside, and start it up, let it do its break-in cycle, and go from there. Well, using a good old Harbor Freight funnel kit I got a few months ago. Let's go ahead and pull this open. Because it takes a little over a quart of oil. Stick this in there. Perfect. Get my quart of oil. 5W30 Pennzoil. It says that you're supposed to change this every 20 hours of operation. Seems a little excessive. I think if you were to buy synthetic oil, a good quality synthetic oil, I'm sure you can go quite a bit longer, but you're just going to want to watch your oil level, for one, and two, the cleanliness of it. So I think if you watch that, you probably get away with going 50 hours or more if you use a good synthetic oil. I think it's just giving you, the worst case scenario if you're using a cheap oil. So let's go ahead and fill it up. Every last drop out of there. Take that out. So you just stick it in, you don't thread it in, it says stick it up to the threads and pull it back out and look at it. I think it looks good. We got oil on there. I want it to be within about a 1/4 inch at the top of that. There's really no, you want it to be about to there on the dipstick, according to the instructions. So I think we're close enough. Keep in mind, in case something does go wrong, it does have the built-in oil alert, and it will shut down in case something is wrong, so you don't blow the engine up, which is a good plus. I should mention before we add all the fluids to this and such, the gross weight of this thing is around 192 pounds. So it's not a super light unit. If you're gonna take it somewhere, it's gonna probably take a couple people to get in the back of your truck, or if you have a trailer you can put it on, or if you're like me, I'll probably use the tractor to load it in the back if I need to. 8-gallon gas tank, like I mentioned. So you're looking at it, you know, whatever that is per pound per gallon. It's around 8 pounds per gallon, I believe. So we'll see. That's going to add another 36 pounds to this. And a little bit of weight for the quart of oil. So you're looking at well over 200 pounds when this thing is fully fueled up and ready to go. Full transparency, even though Harbor Freight's based out of California, this came from overseas. This is Chinese made. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. Chinese do make some good things, and there's been a lot of great reviews on this unit. So hopefully I have the same experience. All right, let's go ahead and add some fuel to the beast. Open up the gas cap on top here. Water getting in there, create that nice watertight seal. There's a spring-loaded gas cap. Down inside here, you should see there's a strainer you can pull out to keep material from getting in there. Like I mentioned before, 10% up ethanol is okay. I'm not using it just because that causes problems. And 13 hours of runtime, 50% load. So I already have my stable mixed into my fuel here. I'm just using regular 87 octane, no ethanol. So we'll go ahead and fuel up a little bit. Gas. All right, 5 gallons in. Back down in there. Twist her back shut. Alrighty, you'll see on top the gas gauge appears to be working full and empty. You can see the little red line in there, about 3/4 of the way full, which should be with 5 gallons of gas in there. So let's take it outside and we'll give it a first run and let her break in for a little while. All right, let's go ahead and fire it up first time. Actually, let's do this satisfaction. Oh, yeah. All right. This is more satisfying than that. All right. Now let's go ahead and start it up for the first time. No joke. First time here. See how this goes. Everybody says they start pretty well, so we'll see. Let's go down here and follow the instructions. Turn the fuel on. Fuel's on. Start all the way to the left. Yep, all the way right to run. Start. Turn the, since we're not using a battery, we just turn the start switch on. Since we're not using a battery. All right. Let's choke. Everything's on. So, first pull. Let's see what happens. Hopefully it starts. Oh shit. Look at that. First start. First pull. Back. Alright, let's get about 6 feet away. Looks a lot farther than the camera, but it's not. It's actually pretty quiet. Still kind of surprising. I got a decibel meter on my phone. Away, we're looking at average 74 decibels. My talking gets louder, but still a little closer. About 75 when you're right next to it. Nice. All right, just for argument's sake, let's see how hot this is getting. We got this infrared thermometer. So let's see if there's any extra temp here. The block's pretty been running for about 20 minutes, so I mean, we should start seeing a little bit of temperature rising at some point. Obviously, it's not in the middle of summer, but around the exhaust here. Ooh, the exhaust is warm, as expected. Electric motor is nice and cool, though. That's good. Sweet. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Well, there you have it. The Predator 9000 from Harbor Freight. Let me know if there's something more you want me to cover on this. I can create an additional video or answer comments down here below on it. I will be doing some more testing on this, doing some loading, and once I get the external 30 amp plug put on the house into the breaker panel, I'll show you some of that stuff too. Again, my initial impressions are this is a really high quality unit. There's a lot of great feedback on it, and a lot of people rave about how well it does work. So I'm hoping I had the same experience. Like I said, for the price, I think it's going to be really good. I have a hard time spending, several $1,000s on having something that could sit in the garage and may never be used. So I think so far the only con I have is the lack of a hour meter. But I already have one ordered, and I'll give you guys a video on how I installed that. So we'll have that coming in the near future. And really, again, to be fully transparent, don't expect this to all come in one kit. The generator comes by itself, and then you have to buy a separate kit for the wheels and the handle. So don't be expecting to open the box and have this all in there. Same thing goes with the battery. That's not also included. That's an additional $40 to $50. So I'm not getting the battery for now because it starts so easy. I don't have to worry about battery maintenance, so we'll see how that plays out for me in the end. Thanks for stopping in today. If you guys liked the video, give me the thumbs up. Any feedback, put down in the comments below. And on the right-hand side of the screen here, you're going to see a picture of the page logo, or the K6 Outdoors logo. If you'd like to, click on that. It'll subscribe to the channel if you're not already part of the YouTube family. So again, thanks again for tuning in. I appreciate you making it this far in the video if you have, and until next time, I'll see ya.